Okay. Well, hello. I not gonna lie, I've had kind of a crazy day and my brain's a little scattered, so I'm gonna try really hard to keep it together and stay on task. But like I have no brain left. Um, I wanted to talk about two things. Well, how are you, Melissa? How are you?
Wonderful.
Good. Hey, I thought of you yesterday because I have a new customer who is on a weight loss journey. She's lost 100 pounds and she's got 135 more to lose. And it just made me think of you. I would love to connect the two of you together just because I haven't really worked with somebody who's had that dramatic. Did you have surgery, just out of curiosity? Yeah. She's like, I'm going to have surgery. She's like, her skin's real loose. But anyway, she still wants to lose another 135 pounds. She's really excited. She's adorable. Okay. So I want to talk about two things. One was some Instagram stuff. Just how I've kind of figured something out that I think might help you guys, and I just wanted to share that with you. But also talk about the inviting funnel. Not that the two of you really need that so much, but maybe you want to hear it again. I don't know. It's up to you. But let me talk about the Instagram stuff first. So, how many followers do you have on Instagram, Melissa?
Five, 600-ish.
Okay, Kimberly, what do you have on Instagram? You don't know. Anyway, oh, she can't look. She's on her phone. So let's see. So I'll look at her up really quick for fun because I think I would like to know this because I want to know what happens if you do this and see what happens on your follower numbers. Okay, you have five. So y'all are both about the same, 568. Okay. Do you, Melissa, do you know
571 followers.
500, what? 568 is what you have on Instagram, Kimberly. Melissa, I want to look at something real quick on yours, just for fun. There you are. 591. Okay, so you guys have the right ratio followers to following. You know not to let that flip, right? That makes a difference. Okay, in the algorithm, but so I've been trying to get more followers, because I want to get to that 10,000, which is going to take a while, and I'm totally fine with that. But I found a way to actually make it happen faster. And I don't think it's sneaky because I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and there's actually a company that does this for people. Like Shay's using a company that's doing this exact same thing for her. And it's working great. Like she's gained hundreds and hundreds of followers in like 2 weeks. So this is what it is. So you go to, have you guys used Cleaner for Instagram before?
I know what it is, but I haven't used it yet.
Okay, so get it. It's an app. It's free. You can do 50 actions per day with the free version of Cleaner, and then if you pay for it, I think I didn't pay for it, but it's $5.99 or something like that. And then you can do unlimited actions per day, and I think at this point in time, 50 is plenty. So what I've been doing is unfollowing 50 people who haven't followed me back every day, and then I go add 50 more people every day. Okay, and what I was doing before was I was going to the suggested button in Instagram. Do you know where to find that? Yeah, suggested followers. And then going to my Facebook or my contacts and adding those people, and they really weren't following me back, and I think it's for the most part because they're not active on Instagram. So the important part, I think, about Instagram is if you're going to ask people to follow you, that they be active members of Instagram, because like my mom has an Instagram account. I don't even know if she knows that she has an Instagram account, so following her doesn't do me any good because she doesn't follow me back and it messes up my ratios. So what I've been doing is, and I heard this from Shay, so this is what she's paying people to do this every day. So what this person does is Shay says, well, I really like the vibe of this person, whoever it is. And so then the person that she's paying goes to that person's Instagram, clicks on followers, and starts following her followers for Shay. And then but you kind of have to look at them. It takes longer because you actually have to look at them and make sure, number one, that they're not Beachbody coaches, because that's pointless too. You don't want more Beachbody coaches following you, right? And then that they are active on Instagram. But if they're following people, they're likely active somewhat on Instagram. So I've been doing that for the last 5 days, and I've gotten about 25 followers per day. So I started out 5 days ago at 980 something, and I'm up to 1120 today after 5 days of doing that. And it takes me about 15 minutes to go through the cleaner thing and take out 50 people and then go add 50 new people. But if that's what your goal is, or I don't know, I know Kimberly and I've talked about it. Melissa, are you trying to kind of beef up your Instagram a little bit?
Yeah, I always have been.
Okay. So if that's your goal, is to get more followers on Instagram, have you tried that before? Have you tried going to people? Have you been successful with it?
There's the problem is so many people have private accounts, so it's I don't try.
Well, right, but Beachbody coaches accounts aren't private. So when you're this is what I'm thinking. So when you go through those people and they have private accounts, if they're a Beachbody coach, their account won't be private. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't try and follow Beachbody coaches, and I don't try and follow the people that are following them. I try other things that I'm interested in.
Or you can do it with hashtags too. You can type in a hashtag and go hashtag, but okay, let me put it this way too. So you can go hashtag hot mess or whatever, hot mess mom or whatever, and pull up a bunch of those people. There are millions and millions of people, maybe even billion of people on Instagram. There's more people on Instagram than there are on Facebook. And I think that even if you do go follow a hashtag, or you go to a hashtag and you pull up people that are hashtagging that same thing, you're still going to pull up people who are likely connected to other coaches. So I don't know that it's not like you're stealing people from the big coaches that have 24 million followers. They could give a crap. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go to Kimberly's page and take her followers. But, if there's somebody that you vibe with and you're like, gosh, she's got 240,000 followers, and 120 of those people follow you, it's not that, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I wouldn't go to small time Beachbody coaches and do that. But anyway, I think it works really well, but you kind of have to do it every day and be super consistent with it. But if it becomes a practice that you do every day, I think that it can really do a lot for your business. If you got 25 followers a day for a month, what is that? It's a lot of followers. 25 followers a day. I should have done this before. I was planning on doing this before, but instead I was dealing with something else.
50.
Let's see. 25 followers a day times 30. That's 750 followers a month. 750 followers a month times 12 is 9,000 followers. You'd be at your 10,000 if you spent 15 minutes a day doing that. Pretty easy, huh? Right? I think y'all should do it. 15 minutes. I was doing it before I got on the phone with y'all. I was doing my cleaner thing while I was waiting for y'all to come on the phone. On the Zoom call. It really just doesn't take that long. So get cleaner. Take your 50 out every day, add 50 in, see what happens. Oh, and for some reason, I'm getting people that I haven't requested. Today, I think I got 28 followers today, and some of them were people that I hadn't requested. They just followed me for whatever reason.
Probably because you show up and they're suggested.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the more active you are on following people, the more people see you. The more it's something to do with the algorithm. That's a guess based on the activity that I've been seeing on my Instagram. That's just a guess, because the days that I don't do that, I don't get random followers. So, and I think the more when I hit 1,000, the day that I hit 1,000, I got 40 more people that day that I had nothing to do with. So I think that something changes in the algorithm when you hit certain milestones. So I hit 1,100 yesterday. I can tell you, I hit 1,100 yesterday, and then what am I at today? So I'm at 1118 today. I had 1,100 yesterday. I'm 1118 today. So I think it's something worth doing, especially if everybody's thinking that that's where this will eventually end up. Because if it eventually ends up here and we don't have 10,000 followers, then we're kind of screwed a little bit, right? So
Why do we have 10,000?
Well, at 10,000, you get a whole bunch of other things, neat things happen, like the swipe up feature when you can say, hey, join my challenge group, swipe up here. Like stuff like that happens.
I see.
And so 10,000 is a big place, but I also think that your profile goes out to a lot more people at 10,000. And so you just gain followers like hand over foot at 10,000. Like a lot of good things happen to you at 10,000. So that's the goal. And if it really is going that direction, then I think my feeling is we need to be prepared for that when it happens. And if we're not prepared and we go into that, something major changes on Facebook and we ended up needing to use Instagram for our businesses and we have 600 followers, then we're kind of not in a good place, and nobody likes that for 15 minutes a day, If it was going to take hours a day, I'd be like, oh gosh, whatever, but 15 minutes a day. So anyway, I highly recommend that you start doing that because I think it's going to matter at some point in time. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about really quick, or not quickly for that matter, is just inviting and the funnel and kind of the way it goes. Can I say, Kimberly was saying the other day, can I say what you said about inviting? Yeah. So she's just like, I'm struggling with inviting. I don't know how to like she forgot how to invite. Like I told like my horse the other day when she was being a spasm, like my horse forgot how to horse. She just kind of forgot how to invite a little bit. And we had a little talk about it and then it made some sense. But I think that what I wanted to talk about was how you start and what's working for us as a team right now, what's working for us and what's working for me. And maybe that is something that you can kind of do that too. So right now, the way that things are working, or the way that I have people to talk to, I guess would be the better way to say it, is that we have free groups once a month. And our free groups have been very well attended, I would say. I think we have 277 people in our free group right now. And really, it's just Kimberly and I. Those are all of just the two of us. Those are just our people, 277 people. It's very well attended, and they've typically been, I think this is the biggest one we've done, but they've been well attended typically, but it gives you a lot of people to talk to. I think that's really the only way when you're working with your cold market. Are you out of your warm market, Melissa? Are you done with it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same. We are too. So when you're working with just your cold market, you really have to develop a rapport and a trust with people before they're going to be like, yeah, I'll buy something from you, And I feel like when you're working with your cold market, you have to be offering those free things. So what we've been doing is we've been going big wide net, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Facebook on the wall advertising for these free groups. And then we get people into the free groups. We offer them 5 days of free, whatever it is, exercise. This time it's crockpot meals. And then, actually Heather's too. Heather's in it too. So she's put people in there too, I'm sure. But 277 people for 3 people. I mean, even if that averaged out 100 per person, that's crazy numbers of people to talk to, conversations to have. And let's say 75% of those are new people. 25% are probably people you've been working with for years. But if 75% of those people, that's 75 people you have to start conversations with. And we have this tracker. You're in that mindset group, right, Melissa? That tracker, and she says start new conversations. Like, that's a lot of people to start new conversations with, a whole lot. And so what I was talking to Kimberly about the other day was this, so you start casting this big wide net, and then you have a free group, and that's kind of the top of your funnel, the big wide part of your funnel. And then you have your free group, and then your funnel gets smaller, the people who are involved or they're commenting and that sort of stuff. And then your free group's over. So what do? Well, you send a message out to all those 100 people. whether they're your coaches, whether they're new people, whether they're your mom's best friend. I don't care. You send them all a thank you for joining us. And, thanks for, this is what I tell Kimberly, thanks for joining us. We'll have another free group at the beginning of next month. Not really sure what the topic's going to be, but we'd love to have you join us. Let us know if you want to join us. We also have ongoing 30-day accountability groups, which include fitness, food, motivation, and we'd love to have you join us with that too. If you want more information, just let me know. And generally, in my case, I probably have, like if I message 30 people, I'll maybe have 3 or 4 people send me a message back saying, yeah, I want more information on this 30-day group. Well, if 3 people do that, that's Success Club right there, which is why I've been having free groups at the beginning of the month so that we're through them by the first week of the month. And then you have the rest of the month to cultivate those relationships and, get information out, make phone calls, whatever, send emails, whatever you need to do, because you have to follow up too. And the follow-up takes time. So you need about 3 weeks to do that with your cold market, I think, because if they've only attended one free group with you, then it's really going to take some time for them to trust you. So, if you're having a free group, and even if you get 10% of the people that email you back, like let's say you have 100 people in this group and 10% of them comment back to me, hey, yeah, I want more than that. That's 10 people. That's SC20 right there. And even if those 10 people didn't say, yeah, sign me up, and 5 people did, that's SC10. I mean, that's your funnel right there. That's your funnel. And the cool thing about it is, like I was telling somebody else, and I've said this before in our team calls before, but every time that you have a new free group, you're going to get different people. So you might have the same people over and over again, but you might have, and those people you're just building rapport with. But so let's say you had a free group this month and it was 30 people and you emailed them all. 3 people said, yeah, I want more information. What is the Shakeology business? And you're like, oh, here, let me tell you about it. All 3 of them signed up. That's 27 people that didn't, which means that's 27 people you have to talk to next month. And then the next month you have the same 30, you have a different 30 people, or you have 30 more people who sign up for the free group. You have 3 that respond back. You hit Success Club. Now you've got 27 people from last month and 27 people from this month that you can move forward through the funnel. And you can keep going like that. And if you go like that even for 6 months, by the end of it, you've got 180 people to talk to on a list. And so like when my coaches say, I don't know who to talk to, I'm like, oh my gosh, why not? You've been doing the free groups. You've got people in them. Even if you had 10 people in them, after the course of 6 months, let's say 1 person signs up each month. You have 10 people in these free groups. 1 person signs up as with a challenge pack. You got 9 people times 6. That's 54 people to talk to each month. Oh, I still have my next challenge. My next accountability group starts up. Blah blah blah. Just checking to see if you wanted to chit chat about it or whatever. But as long as you're having conversations with people, there is no reason why you can't keep following up with them until they just flat out say, oh my gosh, you're freaking annoying, go away. And until they do that, you keep following up with them. I don't care if they ignore you. I don't care if they never message back. But one of these days, the thing is they are going to message you back and they are going to become challengers. And you've done it. But I think that's how the funnel works, And so when you get to, I don't need to go past this. I think that's the important part. But, you get to the 3 people that sign up and then you've got your 54 people or 57 people that didn't sign up and you're still talking to those people. Well, those 3 that signed up in 21 days, I don't know if this is how you do it, Melissa. This is definitely how I told Kimberly to do it originally. But after 21 days, you follow up with those people and say, hey, how's it going? Are you loving your Shakeology? How are your workouts going? And they're like, oh my gosh, Shakeology is the best. I can't live without it. I need it for the rest of my life. And you say, fabulous, let's sign you up as a discount coach. And then you do, and then you have a call with them and you say, I just want to make sure that this is what you want. Do you want to be a discount coach? Do you want to be a hobby coach maybe? Maybe you actually want to work the business. Bye, have a fun opera. I'm recording, so you'll get to hear the rest. Good night. So, then you bring people in that way, but I think that part's pretty familiar to you. Most people at our level at this point, I think that part's pretty familiar. I think it's the top part that people get paralyzed with. the part of how do you have a list of people to talk to. Does that help you at all, or is that just stuff you're like, I have heard this a million times? Kimberly needed to hear it again. She told me she did.
No, I mean, like, I've heard it a million times, but I needed to hear it again a different way.
Good. Yay. And I told Patty this too. Patty's in my free groups. Y'all are welcome to join our free groups and be a part of our team's free groups if you want something that's a little bit bigger. I don't know how big your free groups are, but ours have been huge. Like, we've had massive amounts of people in them, which is good. I like it. We don't allow people to post in our free groups. They're allowed to comment on our posts, but they can't post. It's too complicated. So in any given free group, there's only like 12 posts for the 5 days or 10 posts for the 5 days total. So it's easy for them to scroll through and find stuff. And actually, we never close our free groups. So our free groups stay open. And about a week before the new free group starts, we say, hey, the next group is going to be a crock pot group. If you want in, please comment. If I don't hear from you in the next 2 days, I'm pulling you out. And then I clean up the group. I always do this, but I clean up the group. I pull everybody's people out that didn't say I want to stay in. And then we start adding people, the new people in.
Do you
What's up?
Do you rename it every time? Like, call it something new?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the day that I go in and say this group on, maybe I'll say it on a Thursday. On Monday, this group is changing to a clean eating crock pot group. I changed the picture, the banner picture, and the name and the description on the day that I do that. And then, and then I give them like 2 days usually to say, yeah, I still want in. And then if they don't, I just start yanking people out of it. And then do the advertising for the new group, and then start putting people in the new group. And usually I advertise for the new group on a Tuesday. So the Tuesday before I start taking people out. So I'll start taking people out usually on a Saturday or Sunday night sometimes. But I'll start advertising on Tuesday, and I start adding people in even while I'm taking people out still. Because a lot of times what happens is the same people that are in it that didn't say, yeah, I want to stay in. I don't, they're saying yes. They're saying yes to my ad, not to the thing in the group. And so I'm adding them in and I realize they're still there. So that happens sometimes, but I've been running it pretty consistently like this since June of this year. So like a solid 6 months, just like this. And we've just been doing different groups every month, and we haven't missed a month. And I think that it's certainly helped me hit Success Club. I don't know if it's how Kimberly's starting to get back. She kind of had a crazy year. She moved and new job. She's got 4 kids. Life's kind of crazy. So she's just now getting her business kind of back on its feet again. But that's how we've been doing it, and it's worked really well. But you're welcome to join and be part of it if you want to, or not. I don't care. Just saying. We do them at the beginning of the month every month. And usually we talk about it in the team call, like 2 weeks before. So not next week, but the next call, we'll talk about what the next free group's going to be. And then sometimes we develop the content. We developed the content for this one together. I put some stuff up there and I said, here, y'all sign up for whatever day you want to put, whatever day you want to do. And if you don't like the recipe that's in there, just go change it. I don't care. Like, I'm not attached to any of them, but that's kind of how we've been doing it. So you can be a part of it as much as you want to. You can develop content, you can post. So me and Heather and Kimberly are all posting in this group. And then we all developed content for it.
Oh, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like
so
that.
you can have,
I like that.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's helped me a lot. I think that the biggest thing is you have to be super consistent about following up with the people after the group happens. Like that's the important part. There's no point in doing it if you're not actually going to use those people to put in a funnel. I mean, other than the fact that it's really nice to give free things away, because that's nice too. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're really trying, you really are, I mean, be honest, trying to get customers out of it.
Oh, yeah.
and provide value to people. And I think really by and large, you're providing value to more people than you are people that are coming into your business. So really you're still doing everybody a service. But I think the free groups are like so stinking important. And I'd never said that before in the 4 years that I've been a coach. I don't think I ever would have said, yeah, the free groups are the most important part of your funnel. Now I'm sure of it. And I've heard coaches say that at Summit and on calls before, like, oh my gosh, the free groups are where it's at. I'm like, how? But that was because I was still in my warm market. People who knew me have known me all my life. That's easy.
Yeah, because you're always like sharing stuff with them anyways, and
Right.
all these relationships, and so it's like you don't understand like why they need to like have the 5 days or repeated 5 days with you to get there.
Develop trust that they already have. So I think that that those free groups are really important when you're out of your warm market, like really important. So yeah, so that's all I really wanted to talk about, mostly because Kimberly wanted to hear it again. And she wanted to hear the Instagram thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like I've gained like 100 followers or whatever in like 6 days. Like that's crazy. And I don't think it's because my posts are awesome.
They are.
I don't know about that, but I try. But still, I don't know. Are you going to do the sneak peek that they're doing next Thursday?
Ooh, what are you talking about?
Yeah, go look in the mindset group. So those 5 coaches. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't been in there today.
So the 5 of them are doing a sneak peek for us, not for us as coaches, but for us to add people to. But they're going to do all the work. And I'm like, I messaged Shay today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do not know when I'm going to have time to message that many people to get them into the group, but I'm going to try. I think it's really cool that they're doing it.
Yeah.
For us.
No, I didn't see. I didn't know yet.
Huh?
But I didn't see that. I didn't know yet.
Yeah. So go in there. You'll see it. You can't miss it. But anyway, do you have any questions? Do you want to talk about something different since it's just the 2 of us now?
No,
I can
I
stop
don't know.
recording.
Doing. Oh, we're still recording this one.
I can stop. Here, hold on.